Good afternoon, everybody. This is day 21 at the table with Joe Hickey. Today's question is going to be, what is good communication, or what is communication? So I've heard a bunch of different theories on the percentage breakdown on communication to 60% listening, 10% tone, 10% body language, and then 20% listening. And after just Googling it, I learned that it's 55% visual, 35% vocal, and 7% verbal. So the breakdown on communication keeps changing. And the words, the verbiage we use to the world is lessening and lessening. So there's so many people that believe so many different things about topics, and they try to jam their belief systems down your throat to the point to, I almost feel that I have to agree with you for this conversation to end well, which to me, that isn't good communication, because I understand and give compassion to your side and the way you, the reason you feel the way you feel about a topic, but you're going to receive mine as well. And if you can't, well, then I have to understand that you are not really someone who should be planting any kind of seeds into my mind, because you already are living in so much fear that you can't even hear another man's perception, that just because it's not right to you doesn't make it wrong to me. So good communication, and the breakdown on it, is how you speak to somebody, how quick you speak, the tones that we use, the shortness of our words. And I seem to notice in my children that when I'm communicating with them, they're more or less thinking about what they're going to say. So when I finish saying what I'm saying to them, I always ask, now, how did you hear what I said? And the answer I get back is normally the exact opposite of how it was supposed to be received. So even with our children, we need to almost water ourselves down and stop being so righteous and humble ourselves, because just because their toy broke and it's the end of the world to them, well, to them, that's the same thing as having your heart broke by somebody you love as an adult. That's their experience, and their, to that point of their life, the most traumatic experience to them at that moment. Does it make it any less severe because it's less than what we agree it should be? Absolutely not. So I help to teach my children to self-soothe with good communication, which sometimes means leaving the communication alone, stripping them of their devices, and setting them down for 10 minutes and letting them feel their feelings and process their emotions, and then coming back in and looking them in their eyes, because that's a huge part to receiving another human being's feelings and soul when they're speaking, and then breaking it down to them simply in its simplest form, because even I complicate things with verbs, with words, with the way I speak, with using too much and not too little sometimes. So I want to know what everybody thinks about communication today. What is good communication? How does it look to you guys? Are you being receptive to another person's perception, another person's cultural upbringing, everything that made them what they are today, into the equation when communicating to them about certain topics? Because if it holds any validity or any merit to your life, you should really want to have a good line of communication. Text messaging, a lot of shit gets misconstrued. You could write what you feel in a certain soft tone and read it in your mind the way you're reading it, but if they're just getting off of work and they're all pissed off and angry and rushed and late and sitting in traffic, when they receive the information, they're going to receive it through an anger, reading this, that, and the third eyes. So it's all about our perception. Text messaging is not good communication, not of anything of any real validity. Nothing that means anything too important to you that you don't want to miss in good communication. You're going to want to wait to say that in person, through my opinion. It works better for me visually if I can see you and feel you and receive you. Pretty much in a one-on-one setting, I got good at doing it over the years in a barbershop setting with 20 different people around. But to receive it to the normal world who aren't so used to being in front of a bunch of people talking all day, it's more private and intimate. It's not so public. Loud displays sometimes embarrass other people's because they could be introverted. So this again helps to understand another person's side when I'm communicating with them in any fashion, whether it be my children, whether it be about a business loan, whether it be about a relationship topic, whether it be about an intervention, whether it should be my relationship to God. I should be willing to come in humble and not proud, and have some understanding and some compassion before I walk into a situation that could erupt out of poor and bad emotions so quickly. It's just all about slowing down, helping each other receive each other, because just because you're right doesn't make the other person wrong. This is all about changing the world for the better for our children. And if we want to break it down into its simplest form, communication is not about what you say. It's about how you say it and how you receive the person speaking to you. I repeat back to my children a lot of times exactly what they said, almost to help them feel received by me, so they know that they have my undivided attention. So when talking to children, it's a lot easier than talking to adults sometimes. I want everybody to have a blessed and happy day. Stay peaceful. Spread love.